What's going on, fam? This is Dr. Wiggins checking in with another episode of the SurferTherapy Bootcamp and podcast. Today is Paddle Monday, and as I promised, we're going to be talking about muscle ups today. Getting your paddle game better, getting you more effective, more efficient, get you out there on some waves so you can catch some and just have a much better, more well experience in life. Surfing has done a lot for me, and I know it'll do a lot for you. So here we go. We're just going to give you a little bit to get the first phase of surfing started. For those of you who missed or for whatever reason may have forgotten what we talked about last week, I just kind of wanted to go back through a little bit of what we did. This is a recap. We talked about the pass-through stretch that I grabbed from another pro surf trainer. It's a great exercise to kind of get you loose and get the upper body mobile enough to actually do what you need to do out there in the water to get some great efficient paddling going. Again, you're going to either grab a PVC pipe, or I grab a metal pipe for a little bit more weight, bring it from your belly button back to your behind and back through towards the belly button, and you can repeat that as many times as you need to get a good stretch. Another thing I love to do is here, just getting some visualization and some basic paddling done while you're at home on a board. I use some milk crates and a plyo box, but you can use whatever you need to use to kind of prop yourself up and give your arms room to pass through that range of motion for paddling. It's a great way to kind of get your upper body loose, get your back in motion, and get that extension that you need. Again, this is the SurferTherapy podcast. I appreciate you guys checking in. And here we go into our muscle up progression. For most of us, you're going to have to go through pull-ups first. Get your pull-up game really solid. You can see me here doing some false grip pull-ups out on my favorite playground on Federal Hill in Baltimore, Maryland, here where I'm currently located. But you definitely have to get the pull-up game solid before you move to the muscle up. Here you see me doing some reverse, with the underhand grip here, still a false grip, but again, just trying to get that a good solid strength around the pull-up first. You'll see me go into some military style pull-ups here, engaging the entire core, pulling your legs in, really trying to get everything involved in the exercise. But again, putting that a lot of spring and snatch into the upper body, because you're going to need that when it comes to doing the muscle up. It's really a lot of snatching and really using some high intensity movements in order to get yourself above the bar. And it's also a dip, so the dip is really more concerned with getting your pop-up game tight, but it's also great to go straight from the pull-up type exercises into the pop-up exercises. It'll pay dividends when you get ready to put it all together and get out there in the water and start to do your thing on some waves. So here you see me going from the muscle up into the dips and back down. As you come down, you're doing what's called an eccentric type maneuver, or release back down onto the ground, and that'll help with the growth of your muscles as well, and strengthen you as well. It's a really efficient way of getting exercise, doing the lengthening of the muscles and not just so much contraction. Here you see me again on my personal power rack at home. I'll have to drop the specific type in the comments so you guys can grab one if you don't already have something to help you kind of keep things going at home when you can't get out there in the parks, or if you don't have a park available to you. And you also going to be working some reverse muscle ups, which is another progression of the muscle up. Once you get the muscle up down, some of us will flow into the reverse. It was a natural progression for me, but not everybody really gets into it. But I think it definitely helps, engage my core again, give me another way of moving in and out of the muscle up, and also getting some proprioception into the exercise, getting some just variation. And anytime you can confuse your muscles, it's a great thing for you, workout wise and fitness wise. I want to take this time here to remind you guys to always breathe. I try to work out a small breathing exercise into every day when I do my surf therapy. I don't just go straight hard for muscles or straight hard for cardio without remembering, the breathing techniques. Exhaling, getting that CO2 out of your system, and making sure you're efficiently bringing in oxygen and keeping your lungs nice and inflated. That'll also pay dividends when it comes to getting out there on the water, because you'll know how to engage your parasympathetic nervous system, as I always say, and calm yourself down when the waves get heavy. When you get into situations where you need to go apneic for a little bit and stop breathing under the water, or wherever you find yourself turtle rolling or duck diving, you want to be able to make that happen easily and without putting too much strain on your body or on your mind. So always remember to breathe and shake your muscles out. You'll see me here just kind of trying to get some of that lactic acid out of my muscles by just doing some quick shakes and trying to get things back flowing, getting the old blood out of your arms and getting some new blood into the system. One way of doing that is by using gravity. So I'll try to kind of stretch and shake some of that old blood down out of the muscles, and then bring things down, bring your arms down, and try to let some new blood flow. Again, thanks for checking in with us. You can subscribe at SurferTherapy on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. You can find us on Spotify as well at SurferTherapy. So here, again, just after showing you, some breathing, I also want to remind you guys to always bring some water with you, or some type of water-based fluid to keep yourself hydrated. You never want to get dehydrated out there, especially when you're doing these high-intensity exercises. No one wants to see you pass out and then have to come save you or call 911 because you're out there going too hard and not taking care of your body. Again, we'll get back into some muscle ups. And again, as you see, I'm trying to put a big spring into that first maneuver. You don't want to be swinging or jumping with this. That'll kind of cheat yourself out of the musculature that you really need in order to make a swift and effective maneuver. So you want to go straight into it. Engage a lot of your back. Your latissimus dorsi muscles will get you kind of up and over the bar. A lot of people think that pull-ups is a big arm maneuver, but it has a lot to do with your back, even more so than your arms. And you also want to be able to use the back extensors or the erector spinae muscles to keep your core nice and solid and tucked as you go up and over the bar, because that will keep you in the proper alignment to make the maneuver happen without getting out of whack and using too much random energy. You'll see me here on top of the playground bars, which during COVID, all these, as you can see, the swings were down and I was able to just kind of chill. This was my favorite spot in all of Baltimore at the time. Since that time, they put up 2 swings. There's still one in the middle that's out, so I'm still able to kind of get up there and get it in, but it's not the same as having the entire setup to yourself. Again, you'll see kind of repetitions of the snatching maneuver, really using your latissimus to get up, and then going into the dip maneuver as you get up over the bar, and using your pectoralis muscles to put in that pop-up at the end, which will pay dividends when you get ready to do the paddle and pop-up that you'll need to do to catch some solid waves out there in the water. This is me going over to the curved part of the bar, which again adds a little bit of intensity and confusion to the muscles. Everything's a little bit different once you have that different alignment and arrangement of the bar. Again, these are false grip muscle ups, so a little bit harder than going on a smaller bar, but this is kind of where my progression is, and I just love it. So I don't have as much footage of me doing smaller bar, or what you would probably end up doing before you get to this point. A lot of people will not ever go to this point, and no biggie, but definitely it's kind of the same technique. It's just you don't have as much ability to grip the bar and use that pure grip to get yourself up and over. It's really a lot more engagement of the back and the chest to get you up when you have that false grip. So again, you'll see me here going through up and over the bar and alternating, just kind of giving myself that quick rest and then coming back down and getting another one in. These are anaerobic exercises, so the idea is not to just go crazy and do as many as I can at one time, but more so to give my muscles a chance to rest a little bit in between each rep, and give yourself the opportunity to do as many as you can to get as much work done as you can without kind of getting too far out of breath. Again, you'll see my back engage each time I pull up. It's not an arm thing. It's not just completely an arm exercise. It has a lot to do with your core, your upper core, your lower core, and making sure, again, just as you would be paddling out in the water, you want to keep your legs pretty close together, if not really tight together, just to make sure that the core is well aligned and everything is going straight up and down as you use your upper body and your core to get yourself up and over the bar. If you like this guys, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Take this time to just kind of go ahead and support us if you can. We're still trying to get a lot of things up and rolling to help more kids get into surfing. We're hoping to kind of link up with the Rocket Wave guys up in New York here pretty soon, whenever I can make that trip happen. Here you see me taking another break at the very end as we kind of engage the core again in a different style. That's a pretty tough one to do, actually, kind of keeping your core tight enough to survive on top of that bar, but it was good fun getting it in. So last but not least, I just want to show you guys another bar orientation for this muscle up session. And here, when you don't have the bar high enough to really get yourself suspended off of the ground, a lot of times you'll feel yourself jumping a little bit, but try your best not to really put your legs in the maneuver and just use your upper body to snatch yourself up. Pull yourself up with the pull up, crunch with your core as you get in the air, and you're going to go into your dip maneuver as you get your upper body up over the bar. Push yourself up using your triceps and your pectoralis muscles and come back down with the eccentric release. No swinging, no jumping. Remember to engage your back, both the lats and the erectors, and that's pretty much it. As you may have seen on our last episode, if you didn't check us out, we were doing a little bit of stand-up paddleboarding and getting some fishing in at the same time. Again, this is Dr. Wiggins with The Way to Well. Catch us on Spotify, on YouTube. All the platforms are at SurferTherapy. That's at SurferTherapy. And we'll see you next time. You guys stay wavy, stay well, stay tuned, keep surfing. If you're able to get out there on the water this week or this weekend, please do. I know the storm, the Henri storm was out, and a lot of people got some waves these past couple of days. Hopefully you got some. If not, definitely boost your game by getting some waves this week. If you're just learning, stay with us, stay tuned. This is the SurferTherapy Podcast. Dr. Wiggins saying peace. Please subscribe. You guys take care.